Hi, Nicholas.
Hi.
Thanks for joining us.
Yes. Hello. Good morning from here. My name is Nico. You can follow me on Instagram at nicoafia.art. It's my second Instagram. And then I was based in Indonesia. If you know Jakarta, my hometown is Tangerang. It's nearby the airport. Well, actually, I'm working as a pilot, not a photographer. But before, when I was flying, I was having job as a photographer. Then I have a chance to join into the flying school. Then I
Wow.
get this job again. But I still love photography until now.
Where do you
And
fly?
flying the one of the airline of Indonesia in Air Asia.
So how long have you been a pilot?
Uh, Probably almost into 7 years right now.
And how have you
Almost
found
seven
have
years.
you found a way to like incorporate photography with the sky?
Yeah, it's a mixed word actually. uh, Before it was in normal condition. I used to doing some landscape photography, and during my during my free time. But sometime when I was flying, I'm carrying the camera also. If I get a good object, I shoot it in the sky. Or yeah, you can see one of the photo I uploaded in my Instagram. But then I still love doing photography, especially for the job. For my previously, I was working as a wedding photographer,
Mhm.
but I'm just a second shooter. But the last time I get job as yes, wedding photographer, but I think last year probably. That's it.
You must find it so different in how people interact with you. Like when you're a pilot, they probably treat you so
Yeah,
differently than when
yeah,
you're a photographer. What is
yeah,
that like?
yes. Oh, what is that like? I think I have to put myself maybe the first as a professional pilot, and then by the time being a photographer, yeah, I have to put myself also as a person, maybe as a photographer to I mean to get this job. So and yes, it's totally different mix. But luckily, I have the experience before I was flying, and I think during this pandemic time, I really got around 2 or 3 jobs as a photographer and also a video. I shoot video also. I mean, yes, it's mixed. It's very mixed word. Very mixed word.
How do you get customers for your photography?
First time is for friends, and the last time I was had one of customer, and yeah, the story is so. I mean, I get lucky actually because at that time I was doing some street photography. I doing some street outside. I think in Jakarta, and it was a weekend, and I shot some people who doing some cycling, and there is one of guy who stopped just in front of me. I think he wants to get shoot for me. I get shoot it, and I get. I mean, I edit for myself, and a week later he called me, and he wants to do some like personal business photo with his colleague, and then yeah, it's fun. I mean, and then he gave me some ticket to Bali,
Wow.
and it's a 3 days of photo shoot. But I'm not doing photo with myself. I have my sister, who also a photographer, and we both. Then after that project, we try to do like. some, maybe you start a small company for doing photo and videography. I mean, yeah, during this pandemic time, I have to be creative, and I mean, uh, I'm using photography as my second income for this.
Wow. And what is it like to be a photographer in Indonesia? I mean, I see we have a big community in Indonesia. It seems like there is a big art community. How do you feel like people perceive you, or what is it like to do photography there?
Where I'm very lucky. Indonesia is a great in community, not just photography. Uh, because I'm using Sony, I used to join their workshop, and one time I met I think the CEO of the Sony Indonesia. We spoke, and he said that uh, Indonesia is so lucky. I mean, the community is so hype and so big. A lot of people, a lot of photographers who are doing Photoshop gathering, and they share
Mm.
the knowledge together. And yeah,
Where do
by
they
this
share
weekend,
it? Are they like mostly on Facebook groups, or where are they, these
okay,
communities?
before it was Facebook, and I think before Facebook there is a website like forum also,
Mm.
and now these days Instagram. Actually, by this weekend, I get invitation from Sony just to join his workshop for the releasing their new lens. Yeah,
Cool.
I mean, yeah. Also, but I also get get a new knowledge from their guru. I mean, a lot of great photographer I can study with them, like, sort of like that.
Mm. What's like the most creative city in Indonesia?
Creative City, it's a lot. It's a lot. You will find a lot of different like culture in Indonesia. I think the most exotic when I went to Toraja. Actually, it's my wife origin that city. It
Mm.
I think it's the city is at the mountain, and because of the origin of that city, they have like sort of tomb, like graveyard, but the
Mm.
graveyard almost 100 years, and you see a lot of bones there, and the traditional they sometimes if they're having like procession of the dead people, wow, they make a lot of events. There's a bullfighting, there is sort of like pig fighting, sort of like that. I mean, it's a good
Mm.
it's a good event to get the picture there, to get the photograph there. Luckily I
What's it
was
called? What's the event called?
Toraja. The place is Toraja. It's at Sulawesi Island of Indonesia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
Sulawesi Island.
photographers from East Jakarta, Garut, Denpasar, Cirebon. I'm like
Oh,
butchering
nice.
it. Banda
Yeah,
Aceh,
but
Jambi,
yeah,
Kediri, Malang, Mengwi, Sampit. Like we have tons.
wow, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Yeah, we should put you all in
Yeah,
touch with each other.
yeah, but Bali is good. Bali is a good place to do exploring the things and doing shooting the photography there,
Mm.
and the people is nice also. And you can
Mm.
see a lot of like doing some praying at the temple,
Yeah.
and you will save it's safe doing shooting in Bali, or maybe doing some traveling in Bali. It's safe.
Mm. Well, so are people okay with being photographed? Because I know like there's a lot of Muslims in Indonesia. And I
Yeah.
know in
Mm.
the Arab world, sometimes they don't like to be photographed. So is there that culture or is that different?
I think it's a culture because
Like if you take a photo
Uh,
of a woman with a hijab, is that okay?
mm.
Or you have
The first time maybe if I get his shot first, and then I'll do approach him to her, and I said it. Is it for you to? I mean, is it for you for if I get this picture, or maybe I'm gonna upload to my Instagram, or if you want, I can share this picture. But it's sometimes if I'm just sitting in my yes,
mm,
just sitting in my maybe some street, you know, I don't know, because these days Instagram is so high. Many people want to get a good quality picture, and yeah, they started to ask me, can I get your picture? Oh, sure, no problem for me. I mean, uh,
yeah,
the the photography is like it's not just with camera. It's the approach with the people's person. That's the most important thing for me. See.
yeah. What do you want people to know from your art?
It's, I don't know. I guess maybe my vision sometimes. Because these days I like to do sport photography because I cannot travel a lot, and luckily I have I'm doing some like sport for bicycle photography,
Mm,
and I just want to have my share my vision, maybe also the story behind of that picture, and maybe this year I'm gonna more study into videography. I planning to have to do some like documentary.
that's great. And does your sister submit to Scopio too?
No, not yet. I spoke about it.
Yeah.
Maybe she'll be joining also.
Yeah, if
Yes.
you have a video of you guys working together, I'd love to see that.
Yeah.
We can
Thank you.
include that in the interview video.
Mhm.
Is there any
Yeah.
advice you want to share?
Advice. Wow. I think for me, there's no such thing like a perfect camera or perfect lens. The perfect camera is our body, and the perfect lens is our eyes. And anything gear that small gear or maybe the old gear, try to try to get advantage of it. Try to learn about it, and luckily, just study from the best. Study from the professional. I mean, they don't mind to share their knowledge and also their experience to photography. That's our I'm because that makes me my photography becomes like getting step in a new level, and
Mm,
also try to get from someone advice or maybe some critics that
yeah,
also make photography getting better, because I'm still learning also. I'm at this time still learning for
yeah.
photography.
And I mean, Scopio's mission is about like diversity and bringing the world's artists together. What does it mean to you about representation in photography?
For the Scopio, okay, reputation is like maybe for my perspective is every every country, every city, they have their own like culture. Maybe it's a good thing to share their photo in the Scopio, and then the world will be seeing a lot of things, a lot in this world, especially. I mean, especially if your origin, if your country's got a good like good culture, good landscape, maybe it's the good things to share it to the world. That's my I mean I think that's my perspective.
Hmm. That's great. Well, thank you, Nico, for coming on.
Thank you, Christina.
And yeah, and keep in touch and if you have
Sure.
any content, share it with us, any new content. And maybe one day you can fly me on your plane.
Ah, sure. You come to Indonesia. You come to Indonesia. I'll take you around from here.
I can only
And
imagine like what it's like to be a pilot and that exhilaration, that feeling you feel. It must be like crazy adrenaline.
yeah, I don't know. It's a also one of a great job also, and there's beautiful things during in innovation, but there's bad thing and worse thing also in innovation. But I mean, it's like photography and innovation. We study every day. We study if there's new updates, and we share it to all the community also, and that's I think that's one of the related with me from the aviation and photography. Study every day. That's it.
Yeah, you always have to
Mm.
improve. And doctors
Mm.
and scientists
Yes,
now, like
yes,
it's like the learning curve is very high. Um,
yes, exactly.
but it allows for again more adventures, more
Mm.
creativity.
Yes, exactly. Right.
All right. Well, thank you, Nico.
Thank you very
Talk
much,
soon.
Christina.
Bye bye.
Yeah, stay safe, be
All right.
healthy.
Thank you.
Everyone, thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.